In today's video, I'm going to be telling you all about the COROS Pace Pro. Previously, I used the COROS Pace 3, which is a watch that I absolutely loved, but I've been testing the COROS Pace Pro for a couple of weeks, and I'm looking forward to telling you all about it and all the improvements they've made on this new watch. This video is made in collaboration with COROS, but these are my genuine thoughts. I'll be telling you what I do like about the watch, what I don't like about the watch, and yeah, just hopefully this will be helpful for anyone that's got a COROS Pace 3 and is thinking about upgrading, or anyone that's got a watch and is thinking about coming across to COROS. So probably the most obvious difference between the two watches is the display. I love the COROS Pace 3, but the display on the COROS Pace Pro is unbelievable. It's a new AMOLED display, which means it's bright, it's vivid, it's just so nice, I love it. So it's good in the day, you know, when it's sunny and the light's reflecting off your watch, this vivid, bright screen is easy to see. But also, it's the winter here, and getting out early in the mornings, it's dark, doing club sessions in the evening, it's dark, and it's so easy to see in the dark. The actual screen size has gone up to 1.3 inches from 1.2 inches in the COROS Pace Pro, so it's slightly bigger, which is good for me because I've got rubbish eyes. And the actual casing of the watch is slightly bigger as well. So it's a slightly bigger watch, still not a huge watch, which is nice. Yeah, it's a good size, a really vivid screen, and a bit of a game changer, to be honest. I was happy with the Pace 3, but I'm ecstatic with the Pace Pro. Just that vivid screen is something I love. You sacrifice a tiny bit on battery life for having such a vivid screen, but for me, the battery life is still amazing on the Pace Pro, and I can just charge the watch. It's not an issue for me. I'll charge the watch to have a really nice screen, do you know what I mean? The next thing you'll probably notice superficially is the buttons. So they've made the lap button on the Pace Pro slightly bigger than on the Pace 3. I never had any issues lapping on the Pace 3, but if you did, and if you prefer a big button, then that's what the Pace Pro gives. It is a little bit easier to press lap when you're doing an interval session or whatever. But yeah, I never had issues before, but I do like a larger button. It's just a bit easier to use. The Pace Pro comes with a silicone band. So with the Pace 3, it came with a fabric band, and you can swap for either. So you can purchase a fabric band for the Pace Pro, or you can purchase a silicone band for the Pace 3. I like both. I think the silicone feels a bit more premium, so it's nice that it comes with a more premium feel, but I think I'll also get the fabric band because I like the fit and how it feels as well, especially for race day. So the fact that it comes with the silicone band and that it's slightly bigger watch does make it slightly heavier than the Pace 3. It's marginal, there's not much difference, you don't really notice it on your wrist day to day, but in a race, if every gram counts, then maybe go Pace 3. But yeah, it's slightly heavier, but I haven't seen that as an issue. But I haven't raced in it yet, so maybe I'll go Pace 3 on race day and Pace Pro for training. I'm not sure. Maybe that's a nice problem to have, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think the weight of the Pace Pro is any issue. For the charger, initially I couldn't find the charging cable in the box, and then I found this little thing. So it comes as a keyring. I don't know if you can see that. So there's a keyring on my keys. It pops out of the keyring, and then you add your own USB-C cable into it, and yeah, it's a charger. It charges the watch, of course. But yeah, what I really like about this is it feels, they've changed the charging slightly to the Pace 3, and I've never had any issues with the Pace 3, but this feels even more secure. You really get that nice click sound as you clip it into the watch, and that for me makes me feel good inside. Previous watches, I've had issues with the chargers getting really loose, and then yeah, pretty much like constantly changing chargers because it's not charging the watch. But this feels like a really nice secure click, and you know, okay, that's charging, that's good, I'm not gonna have to worry about it. Yeah, so maybe a little thing, but yeah, quite a nice change to the charging port, and also a nice little feature to have it on my keyring. So I've always got my keys with me, so hopefully never an issue, never gonna be like caught without battery, always gonna have the charger with me. So this next feature is a big one. It's a massive feature, and it's maps. So the Pace 3 didn't have maps, which is okay. I don't need maps all the time, but having the maps is just a nice upgrade. When I'm doing trail runs or in areas I don't know, being able to upload a route and having offline maps is a bit of a game changer. So it's really easy to do. I went on the app, just clicked the regions that I wanted to download maps for. So I've done the whole of the UK and a bit of Europe. Doesn't seem to take up much space. And they've also increased the storage space on the watch anyway. So I think the storage on the watch is 16 gigabytes, or it was 4 gigabytes on the COROS Pace 3. Scratch that, it's not 16 gigabytes, it's 32 gigabytes. Back to what I was saying. You're never ever gonna be able to fill up that with maps. So yeah, choose as many maps as you want, get them on the watch. And then it's really easy to download a route off Strava. You can build routes on the COROS app, which is what I've done. And yeah, it makes going for a trail run or just choosing a new route in a new city or whatever it might be really easy. So having the maps is really nice. Having the maps with that AMOLED screen is lovely. The other thing is, so when COROS released this watch, they were banging on about it being the fastest watch ever. I didn't really get it because I had absolutely no issues with the usability of the Pace 3. And they were saying they've put this new super duper microchip in it, processor, so everything's going to work really fast. But everything did work fast on the Pace 3. But where it really comes into its own is the maps. So Pace 3 didn't have maps, but if it did, they wouldn't have rendered very fast and they wouldn't been as usable. So the maps on this, everything is quick. So you can zoom in, zoom out, move around with a touch screen on the map. And yeah, the new super fast chip makes that a nice experience. Whereas I'm out of breath because of this hill. Right, I've caught my breath. Yeah, it makes it a nice experience, really smooth. I've been using the maps and I've been really impressed with it. I know they have the map feature on some of their more premium watches. I don't have those watches, so I can't talk about those, but apparently the Pace Pro is the fastest watch they do now. The processor is super quick, and yeah, I'm really enjoying using the maps, and I'm looking forward to running some more trails that I don't know in the forests and using the map feature to help navigate. So let's talk heart rate. They've got a new optical sensor, which potentially is better for heart rate. I wouldn't know because I don't really use the optical sensor, if I'm honest. I am a huge fan of the COROS arm heart rate strap. I find that really accurate, reliable, and yeah, that's what I will use going forward. That's what I've been using. So I can't really comment on the optical heart rate because I turn it off for runs and I use the arm strap. I guess it's taking my heart rate when I sleep and stuff, and I do like all the sleep metrics it gives me. I always look at my HRV every morning. I always find that's a really good gauge of how I'm recovering. I look at my sleep. So yeah, the optical heart rate will help with that. But I never had any issues with the Pace 3 for that sort of thing. So yeah, if it's an upgrade, then great, but it's not really something that I'm gonna notice. One of the features which it has is music. It's got 32 gigabytes of storage, so put a few maps on there and you've still got loads of storage left for music. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with Spotify or YouTube Music or whatever music provider you use, so that's a bit of a drawback. You can put MP3 files on there. I don't know if you can somehow get podcasts on there. If I'm being completely honest, I like to use Spotify for my music, so I will continue to have my phone in a flip belt or whatever to listen to music if I'm going to be listening to music. But yeah, if they could integrate Spotify, that'd be amazing. And if they can't, then it's kind of a feature that some people might use. I'm sure there'll be loads of people that don't like to run with their phone, that you can have music on their watch, which is pretty cool, but it's not really a feature that I'm going to be utilizing. One of the features that is amazing on the Pace 3 is how good the battery life is. It's not something that I really test to the maximum because when it gets low I charge it, but I can not charge my Pace 3 for what seems like weeks, and I'm doing double runs each day, so yeah, I'm not charging it very often. I haven't had any issues with the Pace Pro. I think the battery life is a little bit less than the Pace 3, but it's still a really, really strong battery life, so it is again another thing where this COROS watch excels. If next year I get out on the trails and do some really big runs, maybe, then I won't be worried about battery life. And I know that COROS is always really reliable with the battery. So I trust that their predicted battery lifetimes are accurate because I've had such a good experience with the Pace 3. So for me, battery won't be an issue, but for those that are looking for a long battery life, then the Pace Pro's got you covered. And yeah, overall, I'm just really impressed with the Pace Pro. it seems like such a nice little upgrade from the Pace 3. The screen is incredible, the maps are really nice, and yeah, I think if you're considering upgrading, then it's a great watch. It is a bit more expensive than the Pace 3. I've got Alba barking at me because she's not quite sure who I am, but here she comes. I'm making a video. Hello, gorgeous girl. Yeah, that's Alba, our Vizsla puppy. What was I saying? Yeah, banging watch. So if you are thinking of upgrading, then I thoroughly recommend looking at the Pace Pro. One of the things I do love about COROS is something that you get with the Pace 3 or the Pace Pro is how good the training hub is online. I love data, and the insights and metrics you get on the training hub are so good. The app's really good too, but what I do love is going on the training hub, looking at all the different metrics, seeing how my base fitness is going up, and yeah, just looking at the different zones, and I find it really helpful for tracking my training, but also I find it much more accurate, the insights and how it guides training too. So if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. I hope this has been helpful. As I said, this is in collaboration with COROS, but I've tried to be completely authentic and tell you exactly what I think about the watch. I've got nothing bad to say about it really, except for the fact that I won't be using the music. Other than that, it's a really, really nice watch, and I think the screen is worth that slightly higher price on the Pace 3 because it's a bit of a game changer, and yeah, it looks, feels and performs really well. Drop any questions you've got in the comments and I'll see you next time.